Alright, I'm gonna record part two. I did take off my glasses because I want to see how I look without the glasses. This is what I'm eating today. I got my jug of ice water. I got some ice water right here. I used the whole ice tray, 12 cubes of ice, and some purified water. I got my wellness shot right here, which is what is this? Beet juice, carrot juice. So it's beets, carrots, ginger. I guess maybe a little piece of turmeric. Because the turmeric and the ginger, I couldn't tell the difference. 2 fresh lemons. All of this is fresh. 2 lemons. Blueberries, blackberries. What else is in it? I actually made it in a blender. In the blender, and then I had to drain the pulp by hand, scoop by scoop, because the juicer I had put it in wrong. I thought it was broken. So what else is in here? So we got beets, carrots, ginger, turmeric, and the beets I put the roots in too. Sour salt bitters, apple cider vinegar, water, like a cup of water, a cup of apple cider vinegar, sour salt bitters, like 1/4 cup sour salt bitters, um, cayenne pepper, cinnamon, a lot of cayenne pepper, a lot of cinnamon. I wish I had jalapenos for it. 2 fresh lemons. What else do we got? Raw honey, raw, unfiltered, unsweetened honey. Well, it's all sweetened, I guess, but it's just raw honey. And what else did I put in it? I said the blackberries, blueberries. What else is in this drink right here? I think that's pretty much it. And this is the color of it. I drink this every morning. 2 shots every morning. 3 shots. Today I got like 4 or 5 shots. I try to not drink too much. It's very acidic because of the apple cider vinegar, but I love it. I got a cup of blueberries right here. I'm eating like this now. God said don't eat preservatives. I need to be healthy. God said I'm having a child. So, and this is my teeth without my aligners. So, we came a long way. I'm on my 13th aligner. Uh, okay, so this is the meal that I have, if y'all could see. I didn't know we had salmon, so I put the salmon in after. I feel like an almond mom. I've been eating nuts and berries too, something I never do. Trail mix, I never do that. So we got sardines on one side. These are canned sardines. If I've eaten sardines before, they actually taste really good. They smell kind of fishy. I feel like it's gonna taste good based on how it smells. Then we got some salmon. Now this rice, I made this rice with sweet potatoes. I made the sweet potatoes separate. All I did, I put a sweet potato in the oven. I added cinnamon to the sweet potato. Um, a spoonful of honey, agave. Did I add agave? Honey, cinnamon, maybe 2 bags, 2 little packs of sugar, 2 grams of sugar instead of agave. A lot of cinnamon. It was already sweet. I added agave, I think. Raw honey and agave. I don't remember. And what else did I add to this? Salt and pepper to the rice. And then I added salmon. That was canned salmon. Canned boneless salmon. That come in a can like sardines. To the sweet potatoes and the rice and white rice. To the salmon. Now I'm scared. I'm very scared to eat the sardines. Because I haven't had sardines in years. I'm scared, but oh man. Ugh. And it's mushy, but it's already here, so I gotta eat it. Because what if it's the best thing I ever tasted? But I ain't gonna push the boundary too much. Like, I'll eat some sardines, but I won't eat octopus. I won't. Or squid. Mm-mm. Sorry, definitely nothing that's still moving for sure. This blueberry is not good, but yeah, man, it's a good drink. It's a lot of cayenne pepper in that drink. Sometimes the solution to your problem is pepper, jalapenos, cayenne, red peppers, um, retatrutide, which is a GLP. They call that peppers. They say it sting a little bit when they go in. Might be a concentration of spice that creates some type of mineral or vitamin. That's what I've been trying to figure out. If I add a certain amount of a spice and concentrate it, I made a tonic and I cooked it, and I call it my chronic tonic because God said I had $30. God said do not buy no NyQuil. Spend it on fresh produce and make a herbal tea. I put a box of peppermint tea, but a lot of y'all making y'all tea wrong. You're not supposed to put the tea bag in there and let it sit. You're supposed to take the tea out the bag and steep it. And then you're supposed to strain it. But I drank the herbs, I don't care. Well, not all the herbs. I took the pulp out of the tonic, so it wasn't no herbs for real in the tonic, but it was a little bit. You're supposed to steep your tea. Get all of the minerals and everything out of it. And not to say it like that, but so I took like 20 bags of peppermint tea, took them out of the bag, and I soaked the herbs in because I told you I used to make weed edibles, and that's what you do with weed edibles. You gotta actually put it in there, but you can put it in the bag with like a cotton cloth. But it's better if you're not supposed to put it in cotton. You put it in there, like you would. Well, I'm not teaching nobody how to make weed edibles, but you put the weed in the stuff, the fat soluble, base or whatever, and after you cook it in there, then you put it in cheesecloth and get them. You know what I'm saying? And I thought to myself, if I had to decarboxylize the weed to get the THC to come out, what comes out if I cook the herbs? And I came up with all crazy things like vitamin K, vitamin B9, vitamin B6, um, with some other good vitamins in there too. It was good for collagen and digestion, skin. Mind you, I got tinea versicolor, right? That's the whole purpose. And this is an immune thing, right? And and I got like a whole bunch of ginger, jalapenos, things like that. A whole bunch of ACV is a fire cider, right? So I call it like pepper spray. Will it neutralize? Because it said it's like microbiome that goes against microbiomes. I don't know, but if would it be things that neutralize the um fungus that's attacking your immune system? And you gotta clean it from the inside out. When you got tinea versicolor, yeah, you can get a topical one, but it's likely to come back faster. I've had it since I was young. I never actually got rid of it. I'm scared to eat these sardines. It looked so promising when I first looked at it. I I think sardines are actually good for you. Okay. So the thing about sardines, it's not nasty. It ain't nasty at all. It's just that I'm looking at it and I don't like it. It's like I don't like looking at it. Like between this, I'm about to taste both and compare it. So you got this right here, which is salmon, like Alaskan salmon. Mmm. This is this is more fresh though. Of course, this came out of a can. Good texture, soft taste, very clean taste. This right here, same, same like taste, more oily, more fishy. But mind you, this was soaking in olive oil, and this came out of a box, freezer box. But the salmon that came out the box, was kind of more like this. It tastes like the salmon that was in the box. Like the sardines are cool. It's just because it's sardines. But I keep hearing the voice that's saying, "Don't eat like you're hungry," and maybe that'll help me with the voice if I say what the voice is saying, so I can conquer it. But hmm, tips that I would say for feeling good and being happy, definitely the Bible. Definitely, you know what I'm saying. Uh, refraining from sex, celibacy, abstinence. I don't really miss it at all. Like my cousin was talking to me and was like, "Oh my God, you ain't had sex in 5 years. How can you do that?" I'm looking at it like you're not really missing nothing. I mean, literally, it's like a temporary feel. Like it's like a temporary feeling that you get, and the regret can last years, even decades. Sometimes your whole life if you touch the wrong thing. I just don't think anybody treats me nice enough to have sex with them. Like I almost had a seizure the other day when I was at the library. I rebuked that though, but because I was outside in the rain, and then I had just left my aunt's house, and I had walked like through. I'm talking about like 8, 10 miles. Like I walked far through. I walked from Coleraine to Seven Hills. So I go Coleraine, no phone, no nothing. I didn't even know my destination. From Coleraine to Mount Airy to Mount Healthy, or was it to Winton Woods then to Mount Healthy, or to Mount Healthy to Winton Woods? Nope, it was Mount Healthy first. Coleraine, Mount Airy, Mount Healthy, Winton Woods. I got to pet some horses. I went to a lake. Um, and then I end up in Seven Hills. That's 5 different parts of town that I walked through. No, nothing. No money, no nothing. And then it started raining, and I was shaking, and I was like, and I was so stressed out from what just happened, and my aunt and I was just like, and sometimes when I get super stressed, because I already be like, you know when you get that feeling, but I don't have seizures though, and that's the thing. But I was just like I knew like you gotta really focus because I'm like if I don't focus right now and stay absolutely calm, I'm literally gonna seize out. Because I went to the library and I was taking a nap in the library. Oh, mind you, excuse me, where I came from was Speedway. I spent the night in the Speedway bathroom. Crazy. And they let me stay there because they heard me talking about God. They know I got a brand, Gossip. They always see me wear my clothing brand. And I don't know if my stepsister had talked to them. I call her my sister, but I don't know if she told them, like, where they're in the bathroom. Maybe not, maybe. But they heard me talking about God. Or, oh. And I went in the bathroom, was praying. All I had was a prayer in my Invisalign, my charger, and my headphones. And the charger go to my headphones. And well, God just told me what to bring. I can't even take credit for it. And I stayed. I went to the bathroom at like 9 p.m. I already spoke about this. I keep speaking about it, but just in a different context. And then I came out the bathroom, and it was morning time. And that was spoiled. Um, rotten. But mm, I'm gonna eat this half with the salmon, and I'm gonna save the half with the sardines. I'm gonna still eat it, but I'm just not feeling the sardines. And I'm not eating that much because I'm these days, I don't know. God just told me don't eat preservatives, and I really don't want to be eating preservatives because I read the can, and it's just this weird, like, scary vibe when you look at these food companies of like a lit up rainbow that flickers. And you know what I'm saying? Do I want to talk about Atlanta on here? I thought someone talk about whatever I want to. So I was about to move to Atlanta, right? And God started showing me things about stuff like HIV. Crap. About HIV. Little birdie might want that. I'm gonna cover this food up so a fly don't get in it. Alright, so God was showing me. Ain't no difference. Alright, God was showing me that He led me to the HIV stuff. What led me to HIV? What led me to the HIV stuff? That's what it was. Because I had seen somebody got HIV. They had caught HIV, right? So then I started looking, and I started seeing in Atlanta the way they talk about HIV. I gotta be so. Ooh, I get the space to be honest. Ooh, okay. So I seen in Atlanta. I'm actually need that paper towel. No, I don't need it. I'm gonna use this one. The way that they talk about HIV, and they removing the stigma. Cause God was telling me something when He was describing getting away from evil people. Cause I would say, why get away from them? It's starting in the third. Because, and God said to me so clearly, multiple times, can you imagine a person, and this was for a week, what He put on my heart. Can you imagine a person catching HIV just to give it to people? He said, that's the kind of evilness that you've been dealing with. And I'm not going to say it just in different forms, just in life, around whatever. Somebody who will catch HIV on purpose just to give it to you. I'm celibate though. Thank God. And you look at it somewhere like Atlanta, because I was gonna move there, so I'm gonna study a place before I move there. And you got people now in the gay community talking about, okay, like picture you about to do something with somebody, and they say, "Oh, I have HIV," and then they say like, "Oh, you equals you." They trying to make it all fun. You equals you, undetected. You know what I'm saying? Like undetected. Like even that, somebody around somewhere in the world they're going undetected, undetected. Like you know what I'm saying? The stigma getting taken off to where you got people saying, okay, and I have HIV, and but like not to bully anybody. You could get it and be faithful. You could be. There are people who are married who catch HIV, but it has to. You can't speak about the gay community and coming over to Jesus and without speaking about HIV, because there's some people that say, well, I'm too dirty to come to God, and I have HIV. How will I find somebody in church? I'll never get married. Some gay people feel like, well, I already got HIV. I might as well stay in the gay community. I ain't no woman gonna want to be with me. You'll be surprised. God matches you. I'm so happy because God matches you with the exact person for you. That's what I said. I said that yesterday. I said, what if God, I said, I'm so happy because I was trying to find somebody in the world that was just like me, that's like, you know, the money stuff, the this, to that, that's not a fan, like, well, not a fan, but like fanned out about like, you know, and it's not to attract that crowd. That's why I don't speak about that, because I don't want to attract that energy. You understand? I don't be trying to name drop. I ain't even that type of party. But I want somebody who understands the difference. You know, even about understanding, like, I realized today people think I'm hard boiled. I'm hardwired. I was hardwired, so I have to rewire my brain because I've been rewiring my brain for years. And with like books and stuff like that, that's why I say I think it's a totally different mind. And um in Atlanta, yeah, so it's a lot of people with HIV, and you get to it. Can you okay? So you link up with somebody. They say, "Oh, I got HIV," and now it's to the point where they're like, "Okay, and am I supposed to care?" Y'all know, or y'all gonna lie about it? They, okay, and am I supposed to care? Like, what's that mean? What's that supposed to mean? And then they get it, and they didn't even have it to begin with, so they're just passing around like it's just HIV. I mean, you act like it's cancer. It could quite literally turn to AIDS. And then, but the thing is, the medication gets paid for through insurance. So it's just like, that's God told me don't go to the party. When I was fasting, I had a vision of people partying, and I watched Temptation after I got the vision that confirmed it. He said, literally, don't go to the party. I haven't been invited to any parties, but social media is the party. Atlanta is the party. Don't go to the party. It's a disease at the party. But then confirms it with the noisome pestilence, which is also mental illness. It's a silent epidemic. HIV is a silent epidemic in Atlanta. I'm from Cincinnati, but I'm saying if you black, that's like that's like wanting to go to Hollywood and not thinking of LA. That's like being a rapper and not thinking of LA. When you black and you're doing anything influential in the community, well, I'm not really moving in the community right now, but if you plan on doing anything influential in the community, you have to consider Atlanta, and then second, Houston. But it all starts at Atlanta because Atlanta is the black Hollywood. That's where a lot of powerful people are in it, you know, and that's why I say I never, as some in my spirit, I just can't. I've been to Atlanta one time, and I didn't really go outside for real. I was with my ex's family, and like you could go to Atlanta, but like to go to Atlanta is like be on the scene and walk around and stuff like that. And I just know if I go to Atlanta, it's gonna be somebody that's like, who you supposed to be, what you supposed to be, you know. Now I'm competing with a whole bunch of people, and I knew it wasn't the space for me because it's just not my type of energy. You know what I'm saying? I heard I'm gonna see a lot of people with handkerchiefs like this. and they should, or not they shirt, but they suit. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta is not all that bad. But no, I have to get to the root of the issue because this is what God told me. This is what God showed me. He said, because I started studying what the epidemic of HIV is, what's the numbers, the rate the statistics, stuff like that. And now it's to the point I know some, like, I ain't gonna speak on it too much. I literally know some people who look at HIV and say, okay, they got HIV, so. And I'm looking like, it just makes your life, it's just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, and then they say they don't have to, some people feel like they don't have to disclose their status. And, like, I'm just trying to think, and really describe it. Like, it's it's STDs in general, even like herpes, gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis. Can't you die from syphilis? Herpes, it's extreme discomfort. They removed the stigma on herpes, which is like, okay, you know. They say they got this thing where they say everybody has herpes, such and such percent of the population has herpes. And you know what I'm saying? I don't believe everybody does. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But it's no judgment. It's just a simple fact of like people are removing the stigma on so many things that literally will make your life harder. And y'all could say yes or no, agree or disagree. I kind of want to put on more highlighter, but I'm just not gonna worry about it. But you can agree or you can disagree, right? About the stigma and things like that. But at the end of the day, um, it is what it is. Hold on, let me move this back. It's just I don't want my computer to overheat. I start feeling a little bit of pressure when it get up close. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so why like it's just so important to be mindful about your sexual health, y'all. I mean, people not gonna regret it. You're not gonna regret having that STD when you dating that person. I have to speak about this stuff. I don't like because it's teenagers that have no STDs that are virgins. That now, if they meet somebody with HIV, say, "Okay, I heard about HIV. I mean, if you undetected, you can't catch it. We need to focus more on prevention than protection. Prevention over protection." They say that birth control is prevention. Birth control is protection. That's what they call condoms protection. They say that what is the thing you take prep? Prep is not prevention. Prep is protection against HIV. Prevention against HIV is sexual health, sexual hygiene. Get tested before you have sex with every partner that you have sex with. I mean, granted, I didn't start thinking like that till later, but by the grace of God. But I'm saying, start getting your my charts. If you are sexually, I'm not sexually active. I don't really be having sex like that. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. But if you having a lot of sex, then you need to have sexual hygiene. I'm trying to make this full screen. I don't think it'll even work. But you gotta have sexual hygiene, bro, which is like, hold up. I'm trying to do full screen and it's not letting me. How do I do full screen? Oh crap. Hold up. Cause I just did full screen when I did the other video. I don't want to stop the video. I feel like I'm on the Zoom. Well, I have an Asus. Okay. What I'm saying is, all right. Well, I just have the regular screen. This what's the oh. Well, at least I can see. Where I so. Anyways, protection and prevention are two different things. And preventing yourself from catching an STD is by having good sexual hygiene. Say no, and God tells you to practice like abstinence for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Celibacy and abstinence are two different things. Abstinence is when you fully abstain from having sex until marriage. Celibacy is when you are celibate but you've had sex. Right now I am celibate. But what God showed me was a clinic with a rainbow, right? And he also showed me a rainbow months prior to that was gray. It was gray. I think I was saying something earlier and I said it was confirmed later on or something, but I'll remember it later. It was a gray rainbow with like a girl with like colorful hair or something. And it made me think like, oh, and she was crying. And it just made me think like, because they was talking about what being gay feels like or something like that. And I just, and the rainbow ain't really so bright for real. Because gay people go, or being gay, you go through a lot of stuff. So when I seen the clinic with the rainbow, God is literally crazy. He was showing me what Atlanta is, in a sense. He told me, I already said this in the video. I'm saying it twice. Atlanta is like an infomercial. It's like a 2000s infomercial. And it's a sepia um filter over it. A really good filter, kind of, just like a vintage filter. Like if you go to Atlanta hotels, it's real kind of like a vintage type of vibe. If you come to Cincinnati hotels, it's more like Cincinnati hotels are more like kind of modern a little bit, not really modern, but like I stay at this bi-level suite it's the Marriott bi-level suite. That's my favorite hotel room. And then they got the Kinley, which is like the corner. It's like a loft. You got the loft, which is the bi-level suite at the Marriott in the business district. You also got the Kinley in the business district. And is it the McKinley? No, it's just the Kinley. It's the Kinley because but like you get like the big loft windows, like the windows are the whole wall, like it's the whole wall is the window, but it's like the white brick walls with the black outline, y'all know, or like how that look. And then it's like a loft type of feel. And then you got like the Renaissance, which I really like, and that's like the big windows with the big blinds that come down like this, overlooking the city. But you gotta understand, like in our city, we got like the brick buildings and things like that. But like everybody do. What would I compare Cincinnati to as far as architecture? Is really big German influence in Cincinnati, but I wouldn't necessarily say German architecture. But they call it the Queen City. I don't know what that would represent, but Cincinnati, yeah. So Cincinnati is actually really popular for architecture. That's the thing. But so when I look at Atlanta hotels, it's kind of like an older type of vibe to it. but it's a lot of history to it. Like being in my grandpa's house, I look at his house like that. Like to renovate a house like this, you wouldn't even want to gut everything out. You would kind of want to restore everything just to keep the history of it. This house has been in our family since I was, you know what I'm saying. So when you look at somewhere like Atlanta, same type of vibe to it. Think of Atlanta as like as like the upper room. Think of Atlanta as like a study. You go into the house like like you know how you in a plantation. Think of being in a plantation. You go upstairs. The stairs is really quiet. It's wood. It's just you can hear the footsteps. Wooden floors, maybe a little creaky. And then you open the door to like an older room, really nice fabric but older type vibe. That's like how I would feel like Atlanta. And then when you and what he described the whole energy of Atlanta is like an infomercial and it's a hair salon. Y'all got to get in the secret place because he describes stuff really crazy. But the secret, you know what I'm saying? It's okay. So basically, because I wanted to go to Atlanta so bad, God will address you according to your understanding, and He's explaining to me why I do and why I don't want to go to Atlanta and why I would not fit in. I would not fit in Atlanta. Atlanta, this what was said. Atlanta is like me wearing a head wrap. No shade, because it's a lot of things that could be said about Cincinnati. This is for people who want to make it out of the stereotype, the stigma, and do different things in life. You know what I'm saying? This is for people who want to do different things in life. And so Atlanta is like shaving the back of your head, your kitchen, shaving your whole kitchen off just to put on a head wrap and have your hair not done under your hair wrap, but have your edges done. So like if my edges was done and I had on a hair wrap and I shaved the back of my hair to not have a kitchen, that would be like Atlanta. Atlanta is like shaving off your edges to wear a wig every day so your edges don't get pulled off. It's a lot of like you know what I'm saying. I'm saying I am black, so I you know what I'm saying, or African American. But Atlanta is like a 2000 infomercial. So you go in a hair salon, mind you, it's a vintage filter over it. In real life, it's a filter. There's a real life filter. You see what I'm saying? Like that's basically what's being said. And the girl that you think is the 10 in your mind that lives in Atlanta is quite literally sees herself as a 3 in Atlanta, a 2 and it no, it's not a 3, it's a 2. So the 10 in your mind is a 2 in Atlanta, but is the whole is everything is on like if we talking like okay, so if you got a good girl, a good whatever, like in Atlanta it's like more so like y'all know the BBL, nose job, lip filler, um Botox, brow lift. Trust me, I've looked into all of it. The dissolving filler, the regular filler, the full face beat. Come on, y'all. I was literally about to go and you know what I'm saying, get my smile lines filled in, get not even cheek filler, but you know how they do the whole what you call it, the rejuvenation for the face, where they do your jawline and put filler in your jawline, and then they put filler right here to kind of make your nose look a little bit like this. You get a non-surgical rhinoplasty from the med spa. You get a little bit of tox right here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe put where else do they put Botox? Maybe some tox right here. A little bit of tox. You know what I'm saying? Do they put tox right here? Put some tox in here, or what? Not tox, but filler in here. I was all into it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I was into it. So I just thought it was something super funny, but it's just uh, it's just funny because and I've been whitening my teeth every day, baking soda. and I got teeth whitener. But it's just funny because okay, so you go to the hair salon, you see the girl that you thought was a 10 in Atlanta, and the I don't want to be of this world. This is what God showed me in a dream because I was obsessed with Atlanta. So the stud that is dating the 10% relative 10, like if the film is a 10 in the female in the straight world, or as okay, if the film is considered a 10, not to judge like that. I don't want to be of the. This is what God showed me. Look, in real life, I'm talking about money, looks, all of that. But mind you, this is just for people who think that they tripping about the illusion. It is real. It is a real illusion. And why do the females in Atlanta act like that? Because they are really they have real illusions. So the 10 literally was a 3, a 2 in the dream. But I you see somebody's face and it's no. And when I say 2, I don't mean oh my gosh, because I don't want to be like that. It's more y'all would know if you like okay. Say you got bohemian braids, right? And in Atlanta, those bohemian braids are not bohemian. And your braids that go down your back or go down right here, your 30-inch braids in Atlanta are actually 12 inches. That's how God showed it to me. It wasn't 12, it was a 10. 12-inch braids, and they old. And you just got them 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks is a stretch, a month. 2 weeks, I'm here 2 weeks. Well, I'm not hearing nothing right now, but the bohemian braids that was 30 inches was shown to me as 12-inch old braids that look bohemian. But imagine having bohemian braids with yaki instead of human hair. Y'all gonna go, okay, that's a stretch. Yaki is a stretch. Or having human hair with plastic. No, yaki. It's a lizard right there. We got lizards in Ohio. I'm not sure nobody does, but I always post like I'm a poster. I said, oh, the lizard disappeared. Okay, but anyways, um, well, close up again. All right, but so that's how the hair is shown, and you literally he showed it. Okay, can I start off with my first dream? I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. The first dream that I had about Atlanta, it was a girl running, and she had a BBL. So God told me that Atlanta is like getting a fresh BBL and then putting on some workout clothes, a sports bra, and some tights, and running on a main road, like not a main road, but running in the busiest part of the city, so everybody could see you work out, but you just got a fresh BBL. And the girl is running, and I walk up to her and I say, "Hey, what's up?" And she just walks with me like I've known her my whole life. God confirmed this. I'm gonna tell you how. She walks up to me like I knew her my whole life. It was like, "Hey, what's up, friend?" This, that, and the third. Put her arm around my put her arm around me, and we just walking together because she was running down the street with her BBO or whatever. And we go to a hotel. It's a hotel right there. And at the hotel, she go to the side and start talking to somebody on FaceTime, saying, "Look who I talked to. This, that, and the third." And we just met. And then I go to the people that work at the hotel, and I was like, "Oh, y'all work at the hotel?" This, that, and the third, sitting with her, and she just sitting there, and I'm like, "Oh, I should work here too. I could work here too." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like, y'all not getting what I'm saying. So then, but I didn't know if the girl was setting me up or if she was just telling people that we talk. And then what God showed me was what that was, because a dude he showed me Atlanta, because I started looking into Atlanta culture through various means, YouTube mostly, social media. Oh, I sound like such a lame right now, but whatever. So then I see it was a dude walked up to a girl at a gas station. He like, "Oh, what's up?" And then they just start talking like they knew each other their whole life. But mind you, it's the Black Mecca. So they walk up to each other like they knew each other their whole life. Never met each other ever. They don't even know each other. So I'm thinking, do they know each other? This, that, and the third. But I'm reading the body language. I could tell they don't know each other, but I could read off of body language. So then I so okay. So basically what happens? He walks up to her, gives her a big hug. And it's like, oh, I love you so much. I love you. Like I love you, man. Like he was saying all this stuff like, oh my God, I love you so much. Like this, that, and the third. She's like, oh, I love you too. This, that, and the third. Both sober. And then she walks away. He's like, I'll see you later. I love you so much. I'll see you later. You gonna come see me later? This, that, and the third. You gonna talk to me later? And I'm looking like, okay. She walk away a little bit, and then he walk up to her and say, hey, can I get your number? But y'all, it was way more friendly in the actual video. That's a Turbo S Porsche. But anyways, sorry, I'm not trying to be materialistic, but that's pretty much what I was being shown. So I walk up to the girl, and that's what happened. And I got another dream of Atlanta, but it was an old hotel, like a historic looking hotel. All hotels are older looking, and like very like a wooden type of vibe, like oak. Think like oak. When you think of Atlanta, think of an oak tree. And and I'm not flushing or nothing. This is literally like the vibe you get. And I keep, that's really weird. And ever since I had that, I've been seeing it's like a heat map right there. And I keep hearing this weird music like. I'm gonna play the song. It's a jazz song. My grandpa got it. It sounds like this. And then I heard it. I said, what are the odds of him having this jazz song? I never had nobody. I said, I've never heard nobody with this song. Literally the next day, I heard somebody playing that song out their car. And I keep seeing, like, if I could show y'all what it looked like, it's a sign with like a heat map that's colorful with arrows pointing that direction. And it's like, what God is telling me is that people, like, where I'm, it's like making it hot. So, like, when I go out, like, y'all don't understand what's going on. Like, it'll make sense in a few years. I don't want to sound egotistical, but let's just put it like this: when I walk around, people see me and they start telling people, "Guess who I saw?" And then they start wanting to roll back over and be like, "Hey, let's mess with her. Hey, I just want to see her reaction." And then they might pull up and be like, "All right, I'm about to walk in the store and see how she acts." I'm talking about my whole life. Well, not my whole entire life, but like it's Cincinnati. So like, what do you think? You know? And I just be like, no, I'm being literal. Some people will understand, some people won't. But if you know, you know. That's what I'm saying. So I just be chilling. Mind you, I used to live out here. I used to live a lot of places. The place I was just at, I used to live. I used to live a lot of places in Cincinnati. And when I do this stuff, I do it frequently. I went to school out here. Well, I didn't go to school out here, but it's people I went to school with out here. So they're like, "Oh my God, is that such and such, bro? Da 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 da. See if she. I want to see if she's out there. I kind of want to see what she's up to. Just nosy. It's nobody's business. I've had people make a fake LinkedIn account with my picture on it. But and now that I think about it, I think they was trying to. I think they was flirting. I don't know. I think they was flirting because they used a picture off my Instagram and put it as my profile. But that was after I started dressing like a stud, and I was so pissed about it. I was so mad. I was like, "Why are y'all making fake accounts on my with my face, but not like a catfish?" Nah, it's not. It's LinkedIn. It wasn't a catfish. When you start, I think. Okay. I don't think I'm catfish. I don't think I'm catfish level. Nah, that's teenage stuff. But like, well, actually, true that. Mm, wow. Don't look in the ways. Don't be in the ways of the world. But anyways, so I kind of want to add this beet juice to this water, but I want to take it straight. Um, what was I about to say? So, dang, what was I about to? Oh, I look like I'm missing a tooth. Dang, I'm not. God, I don't want to lose a tooth. Anyways, well, um, so that's how hot it is. Just to confirm. Okay, so basically, like this is filled with air. Like if I open this water, see, that's how hot it is. It's just sitting there. So it's just so hot, the water is evaporating, causing it to, causing gas and things like that. And that's kind of what, you know. I keep getting distracted trying to describe this dream, and maybe that's the whole point of me saying that Atlanta is like trying to tell people what Atlanta is like and get like, no, I'm just joking. It's an obsession, but I just I really do like people who are doing stuff in life, and it's a lot of potential in Atlanta, but it could be it's a lot of wickedness as well. So, but pretty much uh it's like being in an infomercial for a hair salon, a 2000s hair salon, and celebrities make guest appearances in the hair salon, and a dude walked in with an afro that looked like Frederick Douglass, and he was like, yeah, I work down at the not the community center. He said I work with down at the like town hall types of vibes. And he looked like Frederick Douglass. God has been confirming this for me to know I'm not tripping. And I walk up to him, and he was like he was about to give me his business card. And what happened? So he's about to give me his business card, and I'm not gonna put anybody on camera, but you know how I talked about the girl with the BBO running. Okay, well, it's it's a white person running down the street right now with a sports bra and some tights. she like got she looked like she do Pilates. So that's like Cincinnati versus Atlanta would be like a black girl with a BBO running. You know what I'm saying? But uh what does that even mean? Because God literally showed me that, but I'm not putting her on camera because that's just not okay. But uh crap, what was I about to say? Yeah, so you show up to the hair salon, and this dude that looked like Frederick Douglass, who worked down at the Commerce Building or something, has a business card and an old, uh, like an old beige suit on with glasses, and then outside, so you walk before you go into the hair salon. So I guess the hair salon is the people getting money. Outside of the hair salon is like the waiting area. So a lot of people stay in the waiting area. So if you getting money, you go into the hair salon. And then if it's just one big hair salon, and that's what God. I'm not trying to be racist or nothing. That's what God showed me. That's very condescending, isn't it? Oh, trust me, things can be said about Cincinnati. This is just my dream, so let me not say it as far as definitive. Speak it definitives, but so outside is a waiting area, but it's mattresses outside in the waiting area. So it's like beds in the waiting area. So I'm sitting in a mattress in the waiting area. Like the bed I had at my dad's house was literally in the waiting area. The mattress that I had on the floor with no bed, just a mattress, and it was black covers. So I see this girl that I was talking to who in real life is very, very beautiful woman. Very beautiful woman. And she was literally like, it. I don't like to speak as far as like beauty standards, but it was a total different thing. And the person she was dating looked way better than they look in real life. Like masculine women look way better than they look, and attractive feminine women look way worse. But like the masculine woman's hair was her haircut was half done. It was like she had a haircut, but it wasn't faded. And then I looked, and what God was saying was that it's not that her hair wasn't done; it's that was the hairstyle. It's like I don't, cause then people gonna start fleshing me. See, I gotta come out the world, but the hairstyle was to have the hair. There was a hair style of the haircut that wasn't faded. And the stoic was really like rude, and like I was just like, hey, they like, hey, I'm like, oh, this is your girlfriend, and the girl's just looking like, I don't know, are you my girlfriend? And I'm looking like, okay, I'm doing something with papers, I got like papers, right, whatever. And they like the girls like getting all mad at me and stuff, had on like some fake chain, like, and it's like having like an attitude, and the girl's like, okay, so you don't care if I go off with such and such? I'm probably like, I don't care, just get away. And she has on a green shirt, right? And her hair was like short. I go into the hair salon. She comes into the hair salon, and she has 10-inch or 10, 12-inch braids, 10 to 12-inch braids with a black t-shirt on. And I walked up to her and I looked her in her eye and I said, if you ever don't ever think about me ever again. And then the dude, and then I was sitting in front of that oh, y'all can't see it from here, can y'all? That cupcake shop right there. Hold on, can y'all see the light on that arrow right there, that blue arrow? It's been some heat wave energy over here, but uh oh, is that what it is? Cause it's a heat wave, heat map thing going on. Am I hot? I don't know. I mean, I am, I guess. Oh, and we're going back outside because that's I'm married in the spirit, but I don't know. God knows me better than I know myself. I know that. But that's what I'm saying. God says if your left eye tempts you, plug it out. Or your right eye tempts you, plug it out. Not your left eye, your right eye. If it causes you to sin, then pluck it out. If your right hand causes you to sin, then cut it off. So we just gonna have to pluck out my right eye real quick, and we're not going outside for a while, cause it is summertime, and you know what I'm saying. I'm married in the spirit, but I am single. But that's not what I want to be saying. But is that it's some Afro Americans out here, and I'm gonna just stay in the house, man. I got groceries and everything, but temptation, yeah. But I'm right now. I need deliverance. I'm getting delivered. But anyways, I want to be real with y'all, so y'all know I'm gonna make another video thing. I want more, but